When God's hooves are coming down on your heart, soften into the bite of that bone. If you are in the teeth of a thing larger than you, let yourself be eaten. Soften into the sweat, fear of being eaten. Soften into your own resistance. If you are dust, please be dust. If you are a whale, just be a whale. If you are one last attempt at survival, one last thrust, one last ha! Not yet. Be that. Be a rascal. Let yourself be eaten, sweet, sour meal that you are. Let those hooves rain down on you. Let those hooves rain down on you. How could you ever be lost? We're expected to suppress our grief in order to keep producing, lest we're labeled mad, crazy, and further disenfranchised. We're often coerced to curb the solidarities of our heart, making us unavailable to our grief, unavailable to transformation. It was unutterable. Unutterable. Yes, I know. I told you grief ruptures language, but listen to what love does. It was unutterable. In itself, it shattered. It hurt like death. Like the death of everything I'd come to believe I was unworthy of, would never receive, would never know how to give. You fixed me with your gaze. I mean, you fixed me with your gaze. Whole worlds died under your gaze. Whole tyrannies collapsed under your touch. You know which ones. I don't have to name them here. Under your touch, under your lips, under your tongue, things came crashing down. Sensitivity returning to whole hectares of my body. Land made concrete by numbness and the world's callous gaze and hands. Land made unreachable by other people's fears was suddenly water. Listen, you touched me and I watered. I'd done everything to unfeel myself, to unknow my appetites. Listen, I wanted to unknow my appetites. We touched each other and God came. We touch each other and God wets themselves, shouting, "Here I am, here I am." That time in your house, and you asked, "Do you feel safe here?" And I shook my head, no, because I was terrified. Terrified. Have you met a world you couldn't expect on a sunny Saturday afternoon? Terrified of how sensitive those weeks under your hands have gotten me. Listen. Fix me again with your gaze. Transform me again with your gaze. Here under a tree, pulling cards. We are making love when we pour offering to our ancestors. We are making love when we are dancing, especially when we are dancing. We are making love when we come get each other from the corpse. We are making love when we roll the J with attention and spark it with intention. We are making love when we make late night calls and all we do is breathe. We are making love when we map out the contours of our sadness and reveal the map to each other over breakfast, saying here and then again here. We are making love when we are attentive to each other. I know you don't like that. I know you really like that. I know you really, really, really like that. We are making love when we remember. We are making love when we cry together. We are making love when we go to the water. Take me to your water. each other. We are making love even in this silence. We are sincerely making love when we read to each other, when we allow that incompleteness, that undoing. We are sincerely and truthfully making love when we see each other, when we let our beloved guide us into seeing them clearer, when you say, no, I don't mean it like that, I mean it like this. We are making love, making birthday cakes. We are making love, making coconut beans. We are making love, making you a tincture. We are making love, balming your head with a cloth soaked in rosemary water. We are making love, making foot soaks. Please let me make some water for your feet. Please let me pour in some salt. Please let me put in some aloe. Please don't let me forget the rosemary. We are making love so deep, so good when we ask the questions in our heart, mannerless as they are. We are making love when we rest together and apart. We are making love watching the show in the dim light of the TV, cuddled into your mother's sofa. We are making love watching the show in the dim light of the TV, cuddled into your mother's sofa, here for the third day when I meant to stay for one afternoon. Making love when we say that hurts, don't do that again. Making love when we let conflict shine through the make-believe of, oh, everything is so easy. Making love when I say fuck you. We are making love when we refuse to perform painful performances, refuse to distort. We are making love when we refuse performances that trivialize our hearts. We are making love even when we are fighting. We are making love even when we are fighting. You are Jacob, I am your wounded shoulder. Love is the staircase to heaven. We are making love even when we are wrestling. We are making love even when we are wrestling. You are Jacob, I am God's wounded shoulder. Love is the staircase to heaven. We are making love when we open up the cloth of our memories and let someone we trust see. Ebucheki, even though alinifanyia. We're making love when we hold hands, when we're silent, when we're dancing, when we walk each other home, walk each other to the stage, walk each other to the moon taxi. Walk each other home, walk each other to the stage, walk each other to the moon taxi. We're really making love when we ask after each other's hearts and pause to hear the answer. Making love when we put a 5-minute timer so you can talk uninterrupted and we can sit in the space of what you've just said. Making love when we say goodbye. Making love when we bury each other. Please be there when you bury me. We are making love when we make masala tea. Making love wherever we are inside. Saturday night. Saturday night is a love song. Making love when we sweat and learn to squat. Making love wandering the forests, making love forgetting, making love remembering. We are really, really making love when we're at our altars, listening for our dead, listening for our dead, listening for our dead. Nairobi ni grief city. Nairobi ni grief city. As in, I keep mental maps of all the places I've been assaulted, the places my friends have been assaulted, evicted from our bodies in cruel, yet such mundane ways. The matatu stage at Kenyatta, Railways bus stop, Masai Lodge bus stop, redacted. There are days I assiduously avoid these places, taking longer routes, spending my last coins on a boda just so I don't have to walk past these memorials of one. Some months I deliberately dilly-dally in these spots, convinced it's some kind of taking back of power. I tell myself I'll put up an installation. I stare into the eyes of every man I pass into the stage. Stare into the eyes of every man I pass at the stage, daring them to try me today. The homeless man who is murdered by police during lockdown. What was his name? Or you mean to ask which one? Which one? Which one? Hey. Heartbreak City. I look around and everyone is grieving something profoundly unfair. If I could scream it, I would scream unfair. Grief is so heavy in this city. Grief is not Nairobi's only name, but possibly its secret name. Chips cooked in formaldehyde, milk soaked in formalin, skyscrapers on top of riverbeds. Nothing can rot, nothing can die, nothing can be allowed to return to the earth. It was a swamp once. Swamps left to their own devices know how to digest dead things, how to let the dead return to the flow of life, how to let the energy return. All these buildings everywhere, nothing can be allowed to rot. What do you need to rot? Please let it rot. Let what needs to rot just rot. Formulas for rotting. Let your tongue do what it wants to do. Be quiet, alone, lonely, quiet, alone, lonely. Run into every arm that opens itself up. Look for some content. Formulas for rotting. You know you will need silence. You know you will need darkness. You know you will need darkness. Listen, like darkness as in, you know that darkness before the very first thing was made. Darker than the womb, maybe. Please let it rot. Please let it die. Please let it rot. Journal before I leave a lover. It is my desire, it is my intention to be a real lover, to become real to you. Intimacy is what I desire. This no, this goodbye is an act of intimacy. Let me soften into the knife edge. Let me cry everywhere if I need to. Let me rest. Let me watch slow movies. Let me watch the trees. Let me pray. Let me go mad. Let me meet my monstrous heart. Let me make offering. The last time we tried this, my sister asked, I hope we'll impair photocopy. What does a photocopy of your heart look like? Where do you start? I wanted to give you a photocopy as a rejection of intimacy. And then I found myself handwriting it. I found myself copying out my heart in handwriting for you, curating myself for you. Everything I do is an act of intimacy. Please take this photocopy. I gave it to you because I love you. I gave it to you because I love me. And I wanted someone to see what I could stand being seen. Heartbreak City. When our aunties fall sick or die, we're required to remember their bodies and health belong to hospitals, belong to an economy that declares 97% of us as undeserving of care. Let me vacate my body so I can set up this Mchanga link. This pay bill. Let me vacate this grief so I can raise some money. Money we spend all our lives trying to make enough of to finally maybe be safe. Let me vacate this grief. Grief simmers, grief builds, let me vacate. What do you do with a city engineered to live on African grief? Nairobi, I'm talking to you. Everywhere in the world, I'm talking to you. What do you do with a city that takes pride in hardening people? They say if you survive here, you can survive anywhere. What kind of pride is that? Do you remember where you put your real heart? Hata usinionyeshe, nifiche vizuri. Do you remember? It is a God in your chest. It is yours to show or unshow. Hey, sovereign woman, what would you like to become today? Heartbreak City. A city that doesn't care about African pain, African grief, unless you make certain concessions to power first. Heartbreak City. Nairobi is number one for expats. Nairobi is the best place to set up a new life. If you're white, if you're rich, under capitalism, those are the same things. Heartbreak City. What did you do with the children? Heartbreak City. Hey. It makes sense why all of us drink so much. My friend texts me. We're looking for water. We want to return to the swamp. Natafuta maji. Acha nikunywe maji. We're looking for the water. This was a swamp once. We're looking for the water. This was a swamp once. We need the water. What did our ancestors say? Water has its own memory. Ebu come na maji. This project seeks to create a poetic intervention through the creation of a grief portal, a soundscape thrummed with poetic protocols for grieving. Poems, ritual prompts, myth, fables, charms, formulas for feeling, confabulation, maps that let you get lost. Wild woman with bells for a beard, hey. Wild woman with bells for a beard, hey. Wild woman with bells for a beard, come close to me now. In which of your trumpets do I pour out my tears? In which of your trumpets? Ancient mother, you've said it too many times and they are killing us. Ancient mother, we have said it too many times and they are killing us. Let me touch your bells. Let me call my ancestors to the court. Let me tell them what has been done. Wild woman with your bells. Wild woman with your bells. They say you come before the warrior mask. They say you come to tell us where we are to go next. Wild woman, wild woman, wild woman with those bells for a beard. Please come close to me now. Please come close to me now. Hey, Skizanti, we're going to the blacksmiths today. All of us women, all of us girls, we are going to the blacksmiths today. What do you want? What do you want the blacksmith to make you? I want something long and sharp and double-edged, and I want it to know the name and the neck of every motherfucker who trespassed against this body. I want it long and I want it sharp and I want it blessed. I want my grandmother's scream at the tip. I want something small, something deadly. Maybe the blacksmith can make me a powder I can grind and put into morning's porridge. I want to watch them choke. Mother, these girls walk around without shame in their spine. Mother, these new girls they are making, they walk around with love in their spine. They walk around with vengeance popping from their spine. You look at them the wrong way once. Last time you have eyes. I'm going to the blacksmith today. I'm going to the blacksmith and I want her to make me a mask that I can wear as I tell you, sister, how you have wounded me. I am going to the blacksmith and I want a mask that lets you see my face for once. I want a mask with a tongue that you can listen to. I want a mask with eyes that you don't turn from. Hey, is it that I don't even want you to turn? I think I want you to say that you're sorry. Listen, sister. They're killing us every which way I turn. I have been asking this mask to give me a tongue to talk to you. I have been asking this mask for the coordinates to your heart so maybe I can reach you, maybe I can say for once vilumenikosea nani. The old ones used to tell a story about when you did something that broke the heart of the community, they would all surround you and sing your true name to you, calling you back, calling you back, calling you back. I'm afraid that this pain means I don't even remember your name. If my sister holds the door open for the men to run away after the thing that we cannot mention, after the thing that even if we mention, sister, Akuru, what tongue do I even use to reach this one? Eh, like your spine was soaked in love and milk and honey and love and milk and honey and love and milk and honey. You children, you walk like you have several secrets and they're dressed in silk and hiding in your legs. You walk like no one ever made you sweat in ways you didn't want to sweat. You walk like you belong. Like your spine was soaked in love and milk and honey and love and milk and honey and love and milk and honey. Have you had honey from Imenti? You walk like you belong. Like belong was never even in question. Like all you've had to do is decide how to enjoy and express how you belong. Hey sister, these new girls, they have no shame in their spine. Their tongues are wild. I am so happy to see them. Formulas for feeling. I want you to place your two buttocks on the ground. Yes, solidly. I want you to feel that rope that tugs between your blades, your shoulder blades. Formulas for feeling. Find the ache. You know which one. Formulas for feeling, the tears. Formulas for feeling, touch is number one. Formulas for feeling, walk until the madness goes out. Formulas for feeling, walk until the madness returns. Formulas for feeling, when the man calls you Malaya on the mat, spit back. Formulas for feeling, there is never an appropriate response. Formulas for feeling, when you start to cry, go to the club bathroom. Formulas for feeling. Silence comes first. Silence comes first. Let the silence come first. Formula for feeling. Kaderi gati muadhi. No ore ankoro ekwenda. Formula for feeling. Kaderi gati muadhi. No ore ankoro ekwenda. Formula for feeling. Kaderi gati muadhi. No ore ankoro ekwenda. Kaderi, what is pure, is what is whole, is what has your everything. Gate muadhi, there is no authority but the multitudes of your heart. Kaderi gate muadhi, What is whole has no authority over it. Katheri gatemwathi, what is whole is free. Let everything, let everyone inside you come home. No reankoro kwenda. There is only your heart. There is only your heart. There is only your heart. Katheri gatemwathi. No reankoro kwenda. Katheri gatemwathi. No reankoro kwenda. Katheri gatemwathi. Hey, katheri gatemwathi. No, that's what they say in response to grief. That's what my people say in response to grief. That's what my people say in response to betrayal after betrayal, after betrayal, after betrayal, after betrayal, after assassination, after assassination, after assassination, after theft, after plunder, after lies. That is what my people say. After apocalypse. After genocide, within genocide, you can grieve, however. There is no authority but your heart. Call it ancient, call it an ocean, call it a god in your chest, girl, call it a dragon. Call it a dragon's secret. Call it yours. That's a god in your chest. You can grieve, however. This song is too long. Some of the parts are broken. No reankoro kwenda. There is a god in your chest, girl. That's a direction. Katheri gatemwathi. That's what my people say. No reankoro kwenda. When they were told they could not grieve, they said katheri gatemwathi. No reankoro kwenda. It is your heart, and it is yours, and it is yours, and it is yours, and it comes before the state, it comes before the law, it comes before everything. It is your heart, and it is ancient, and it is the loudest object. This one is an old story. When you get lost in the forest, they tell you to breathe. There's a mugumo near you, or a murwai, or mikindori. How long have these trees known you? Breathe. Friends are on the way. Breathe. Friends are of the way. Hey, breathe. Friends are the way. Sister, I wanted to say thank you. Sisters, I wanted to say thank you. When they say home, girl, it's that you know the way home, and that you'll keep it safe. Everyone you love feels bolder around you, bigger, ready to snarl, ready to laugh. What's that Frank said? When you are near, I know life will defeat all its enemies. You know how to water hunger. Around you, I am unashamed of my hungry, my lonely sit still where you are. The man starts shouting and you walk even slower, like nothing is happening. You zip yourself high into your reality and shift things with your upright spine. You notice the tea bag caught in the tree and worship. People feel comfortable crying around you. The choreography of your spirit is tree-like you bend and move in the wind. You call me the names I call myself. You call me the names that I call myself. Animals come down around you. The gardens you keep gentle beasts into a par. Your first instinct is mischief, and I bless you for it. When you walk into the room, my shoulders unburden. Your laugh teaches my blood to unburden. You bring a general air of up to no good. You bring rascals out of everyone you like. You are the first one to spot the satellite masquerading as a tree. You are the first to spot the satellite masquerading as a tree. You are the first to spot what's not quite the thing it's pretending to be. The moon comes out for you special. Babies forget their shame when you walk in. You ask questions that unclasp things. Napenda vile lighters flock to your hands, how you are never out of light, out of heat, out of herb, never out of something that can summon a circle. Mrembo, why does everything dance around you? You always know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows the quick spell to heaven. Poems run to you. Insects trust you. You find what I need without me knowing that I need. We can admit when we have run out of words, or better yet, no desire for words. We can admit when we have run out of words, or better yet, we feel for the textures of silence. Silence with you is drinking that fast water. When I call myself lazy, you say, babe, you know that's fake. In that well-read tone, like you don't want me peddling in pseudoscience. When I say I've been doing nothing, you say, nice. You're not afraid of boredom. You're not afraid of being bad. You relish the ways you confound people. You relish your boredom. You move deep, slow, musmus. Napenda vile hupendi haraka. You move deep, slow, musmus. Napenda vile hupendi haraka. Sugar melts easy under your gaze. The way you unsimp linear time, you keep time with the fungi and rotting orange pills and elephant and whales. How do you straddle time scales like that? How do you unfashion Gregory's time like that? When cups break, you say, congrats! Something sweet is cracking through the world to meet you, and it wants you to know it's coming. Aye! When something breaks, you say, congrats! Something sweet is cracking through the world to meet you, and it wants you to know it's coming. When I was ready to die, you walk into the room, adventures dripping down your arms. When I am ready to die, you walk into the room, adventures dripping down your arms. You say, sawa, hijinks ya mwisho basi. I laugh myself into 3 more weeks, 3 more pass. Hijinks, hijinks, hijinks. I laugh myself into 3 more weeks, 3 more years. When I call you wanting to die, you plan me an adventure. You say, give me time. I'll find you something to sink your teeth into, and I give you time, and you do. Adventures come running when they see you. Nothing boring can befall you. You, Son of God. Experiencing a moonrise with you is to experience a moon and to rise for the first time. When we gather, the rain and the antelopes and the rainbows flock to us. Waganga wakikutana, urembo unafuata. Waganga wakikutana, urembo unafuata. You laugh like all the ghosts can come home and dance. You laugh like, why the fuck would I ever leave any part of me out? You laugh like I dare. You laugh like the latest news from Neptune. Shrugging off shame the minute you brew me that cup. You know how to use a whip. You rage like a fine blade, precise. Last. The year all I wanted to do is die. You took me to dance and disco and talk, and on that balcony, hangover, high, loved up, you say, babe, what I want most of all, first of all, is you to be free. So wherever you need to be free, go. My love's first requirement is be free. Saturday night and Sunday morning with you is being in God's belly. I give birth to myself every Sunday morning. I am born again in your laugh, born again in your hum, your silence, born again when you smile at the fridge, born again in the iris of your laugh. I give thanks. We know how to enter water. I give thanks. We know how to enter water. I give thanks. We know how to enter water. I am walking into my grandmother's caves. I am walking into my grandmother's caves. I am walking into my grandmother's caves. There's a tunnel right here. Maybe it is soaked with blood, and maybe I will not know the way there without my heart. And maybe I will dislodge myself from grief long enough, and they say, no, Okadidio, don't do that. Maybe I will crawl into a freedom wide enough, arm in arm with all my loves, with my sisters. What do we do when our mouths are full of blood, full of memory, when we return to our grandmother's caves to find them empty? Can't I read? Can't you use your hands to read? Can't you touch your own skin? Empty? Can't you feel your own scream? How could it ever be empty? There's a God in your chest. That's the way to the cave. There are no curses. There are no curses. There are no curses for this, other than the ones the earth itself writes. And when I say this, I mean every single thing that would make you think your grandmother's cave is empty. Jojo, let me scream, let me careen into your gaping heart. Let me rest my feet back into earth, if it is your earth, with your bones, with the bones of our mothers and their mothers poking through. Where will our voices land with our fathers' fathers' ghosts circling the trees? Let them circle. Bring everyone. Bring your father's temper. Bring the silence. Bring all those awkward dinners. What did you call them? Supper. You called them supper. Bring everything. Bring everything to your grandmother's cave. Bring everything to your grandmother's cave. You will always know the way there. You are the way there.